Alright, here we go for week 5 video review. I'm having some lighting issues here. The shadows coming through, and I'll try to stay out of that as much as I possibly can. Going digital with our notes this week. Got them all downloaded here to my phone, so moving on up. But let's go ahead and let's get started. We got some things to touch base on here. We're going to hit every single winner from week 5 in Fantasy Fanatics. We got to talk about the trade heard around the world. You saw that post on Facebook today. And then we got some shout outs for each team. And well, let's just get into it. Let's go and see where it takes us. I hope I was able to get the intro to go through. I recorded it from the camera because I can't seem to download it. It's on the PowerPoint format, and I can't seem to get that to YouTube. So if anybody knows how to do that, please message me, let me know, so I can get that on there and upload it as an actual video. I recorded it from the camera because I just wanted everyone to be able to see it. That's what I've been working on. That's why this video is taking so long. It's about 1:50 in the morning. I'm going to get this video out, and I'm going to hit the hay here, but because I got a big day tomorrow for work. But I wanted to get this video out tonight. I told everyone I would before Thursday. It's my goal every week to get a video out Wednesday, get a video out Saturday morning would be awesome. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. Winners for week 5. These are, let's just go over what the outcomes were. Winners will be announced in the outcomes. First up, we had team to beat over JP's Ravens, 202 to 157. We had the Elite over White Chocolate, 300 to 286. That one wasn't too far apart. Legion of Doom over Pushing Daisies, 246 to 208. The Krakens over In Your Face, 251 to 160. So that's where we are. We've got a couple teams that right now they're sitting at 4-1. I believe it's Chow and Ben. Great job, guys. And we've got a couple teams that are sitting at 1-4. So those two teams, Cole, Tina, Mom, hit the free agency, try to make some trades, find out what you have that someone else might want, do whatever you can. There are people in that free agency, if you look hard enough, scoring points, scoring fantasy points. Go through there, look that up, get those people on your team. Let's turn this thing around. It's only the first quarter, don't give up. You can definitely come back from this. You make it to the playoffs, and then it's game by game. So don't get discouraged, stay with it. I think the rest of us are pretty equal. You got some at 2 and 3, some at 3 and 2, but on both sides of the spectrum, stay with this, guys. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys are too, regardless of what the record is. Shout outs for team to beat this week. Matt Ryan, 57 points. Way to go, buddy. Indianapolis Colts defense, 20 points. You guys, I am very impressed with that defense. They are becoming a well-rounded team. With the addition of Trent Richardson on that team, that is becoming a well-rounded team, and they could be dangerous. We need to be looking out for them. Vernon Davis, 22 points. Great job. But, I mean, shoot, that whole offense did a good job. They stepped up to the plate. Trying to keep the shadows out of my face here. Sorry about that. JP struggled a little bit at the running back spot. He really doesn't ever struggle at the running back spot. He's got a pretty hardcore halfback squad. And just for some reason this week they just weren't putting up the fantasy numbers that they needed to. So that's kind of where he fell short there. I kind of feel sorry for him. And then, of course, he played the Texans defense. You were thinking they were going to step up. Sunday night game, nationally televised. Ugh. And they just get trampled. It was horrible. Not as bad as the offense did, but it was bad. They ended up with -1 point, so that doesn't help anybody out at all. You definitely don't want to have anybody on your roster coming up with negative points. So they need to pick that up a little bit. But let's move on. Shoutouts for the Elite. Peyton Manning, of course, at 89 points. Ray Rice at 27, Matt Prater at 19, but he kicks for Manning, so every time Manning scores, Matt Prater scores. And San Francisco's defense, man, 31 points for a defensive team. That just shows you how horrible that Texans offense was this week. I mean, gosh dang it, they're on a slump, and I can't stand it. I want them to do a lot better than that. But I vowed to not wear any Texan stuff until they can pick this thing up, until they can get back on track. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of these diehard fans. I haven't been since the Raiders. I left them when Al Davis was making mistakes and got rid of John Gruden. So ever since then, I've been more of a player-oriented fan. Peyton Manning is my favorite player. Everybody knows that. Second favorite player right now is J.J. Watt. Third favorite player, I will let you know, which might come to a shock to a lot of people, is Ryan Tannehill. I think that guy is amazing. I've said that before, but he is my third favorite player in the league. But anyway, back to the shout-outs. We got Ben's shout-outs. Shout-outs for, let's see, where did we leave off here? Shout-outs for White Chocolate, Phillip Rivers at 65 points. That guy is on fire this year. I'm really impressed with the Chargers. Jamal Charles at 25 points. Chiefs are awesome under Andy Reid. And Mason Crosby kicked for 21 points. That is amazing for a kicker. He did good. It just wasn't enough to beat the elite this week. And it's very tough to beat a team with Peyton Manning, which I realized, and I will tell you about later. Let's see, some of the shouts for Legion of Doom. Drew Brees continues to impress. I mean, he is good for 50 points every single week. That is tough to beat when you can count on that. And then, of course, Jacquizz Rodgers, 25 points. So I haven't done any come-on-mans yet because everyone's pretty much done exactly what they needed to do. I mean, some just came up short. But we're going to give a come-on-man award to Jacquizz Rodgers' parents. Did you seriously name your son Jacquizz? Okay? Come on, man. You got to do better than that. Put a little bit more effort into that. That's ridiculous. That sounds like someone turned the internet on back then and fired the modem up, and you just named your kid what it sounded like. So, I don't know if everyone's old enough to remember, but when you used to run the internet, it used to make weird noises as it was warming up. Jacquizz. It sounded just like that name. Pushing Daisies had some shout-outs to Fred Jackson and Jason Witten. Each of them scored over 27 points last week. It just wasn't enough. And the Come On Man awards for Cole's team has got to be Flacco and Kaepernick. I mean, ever since those guys started doing McDonald's commercials, their points have just dropped. So, a little bit of advice. Less Hollywood, more NFL. Your fantasy owners need you to pick it up a little bit. You guys are in the NFL, and the NFL is as great as it is because of the fans. Focus, guys. You guys are winning games, but we need you to put up those bigger numbers. We need the individual efforts out of you, because we are fantasy owners, because we have you on our team. So you guys have got to pick it up. You guys are expected to do better than you've been doing. I will just say that. For Cole's sake, at 1-4, and he's got a great team, he should not be sitting at 1-4. I would have never thought that would have been possible looking at his team at the beginning of the year. Moving along here, we've got shout-outs for the Krakens. Julius Thomas, Des Bryant, both of them with over 30 points. Great job there. His quarterbacks did poorly, but luckily they didn't do as poorly as in-your-face's quarterbacks did. Michael Vick and Alex Smith. Okay, Alex Smith, you get a buy on this. Andy Reid is a great coach, so he is doing what he needs to do in order for the Chiefs to be as successful as they are right now. They are that successful because of Andy Reid, not because of Alex Smith. I'm not saying Alex Smith isn't putting forth the effort, but it's Andy Reid's team. He's got the defense running on all cylinders. He's got the offense running on all cylinders. That is a great team. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender, but I do see them going deep into the playoffs, bar any major injuries. But yeah, great team there. You're probably going to get about 30, maybe 40 points from now on out of Alex Smith. Michael Vick goes and gets hurt. Who could have saw that coming, right? Michael Vick gets the Come On Man award because, man, come on, man, you have to stay in the pocket. You're getting too old to be running around like Colin Kaepernick, to be running around like Terrell Pryor, Geno Smith. You're not that young anymore. You can't do that. You need to become a pocket quarterback. You need to trust that offensive line. They need to know that they trust you so that they will play for you. They will play with an intensity that they need to play with if you were a pocket quarterback. That is the biggest problem. They're okay with letting them go because you have gotten them used to the fact that you're running outside the pocket anyway. So give them a chance. Stay in the pocket. Find your receivers. You've got talent. You've got speed. You've got LaShawn McCoy. He can float out, run more screen passes, run the option if you need to, but hand it off more so than you're running it. You're getting too old, Vic. You're not the same guy that you used to, but you need to carry that team with the same poise that you carried the Falcons with when you played for them. So I'm just saying, let's get back to the basics. Let's be the quarterback that everybody knows you can be. So that about wraps it up for all the games and the reviews. Big time shout out and Beast Mode Award for this week goes to Chow with Legion of Doom. Buddy has the highest offensive points scored this year total. If you take everybody's points and tally them up, Chow is the leader on that. Very good job. That goes to show you he is doing what you need to do every single week to be successful. So hats off to you, Chow. Great job being at the top of the board there. I mean, that's impressive. Good job. We got, like I said, we need to stay focused. We got some teams at 1 and 4. Don't get discouraged. Stay with this, guys. Do trades. Find the free agency. Get in there. There's a couple things that I wanted to go over a little bit too. Everyone just kind of think about this. Not this year, but maybe next year after our draft. I definitely want to get about 12 people into it for next year. I think that's a great number, a perfect number to be at, to kind of spread the talent in the NFL around, make people kind of work for it a little bit harder. 12 people's good, but not too big to where not everybody has some all-stars. But after that, the idea has been tossed out that after we do another draft, if we go into that draft with the idea that we will keep those guys year after year and run them like a franchise team. With trades, you could sell draft picks for future years or trade draft picks. That's an intriguing thought there. So let's ponder that too. I'd like to know your thoughts. Post them on the Fantasy Fanatics Facebook page. I want to hear what everyone has to say there. And let's get down to the trade heard around the world. So I'm going to start off by, I think everybody has seen this, but let's just go ahead and reach this up. Everybody see that picture up there? Isn't that pretty? Okay, that sits over my desk. That is Peyton Manning, 2004 MVP, 49 touchdowns, autographed photo, certified by the NFL. Let me get that shadow out of my face. So, we're in week 5 now, and I've been thinking and watching Manning go from one team to the next and thinking to myself, this is ridiculous. It's time to bring Manning home. He needs to be here. This is where he belongs. I got my Colts sweatshirt on, reliving the days when I was a Colts fan only because Manning was on it. Broncos fan now, Texans fan because I live in Houston. Got to bring Manning home. So I did. What did it cost? Whew! Costs a lot. It costs a whole lot. But I'm not as nervous as you might think. I had to give Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, LaShawn McCoy, and Demaryius Thomas for Peyton Manning, and that's it. I did it. It might seem like a ridiculous trade, but I did it because I'm actually pretty deep in all of those positions. I didn't have to give up Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis will put up 20 points for me consistently. I'm deep in the wide receiver spot. I mean, I just picked up more from the Raiders. I just grabbed Andy Dalton too. I mean, he's consistent for about 30 points. That 30 points combined with Manning's, I mean, you can bet Manning's going to get about 65 to 70 points a game. I mean, that's awesome. From your quarterback with Manning and Dalton, or I even have Russell Wilson, who lately has been about 40 to 50 points. you're looking at over 100 points just with your quarterback alone, and that's the thought process behind this trade. I got to keep Marshawn Lynch. I still got Marshawn Lynch. I still got Trent Richardson. So, and he's only going to get better the more comfortable he gets in that Colts offense. So, I'm feeling really good about this trade. I think Ben is too. It just goes to show you Ben has come around as far as this trade thing works. I think he's starting to understand that it is a give and take type thing. And so I'm pretty impressed with that. At first, it just seemed like he was out trying to scam everybody, but maybe I was wrong. I could have been wrong. We'll see. Time will tell. But I think everyone's pretty happy with where they are. I'm not done trading by any means. If there's a good deal out there, somebody is interested in something that I have and you can make it worth my while, I definitely want to hear about it. I'm sure everybody else does too. Use the Fantasy Fanatics Facebook page as a trading post if you'd like. Go ahead and tag the person that you want. If the website is too difficult or too frustrating, go ahead and post on the comments and tag the person you want to make the trade with your offer. That's also a great way to do it and very easy to do, and everyone's going to be able to see it there. So there's an outlet for everybody. There's a way to get some trades done if you're having trouble doing the trades online. Other than that, still having fun. Reminder, if you know how to change the format on a PowerPoint, please let me know. I need to get it over to a video format, an MP4, so I can load that on YouTube. So it's a lot cleaner. Hopefully you guys will be able to see that intro. There's some pretty cool little Easter eggs in it, especially with the names. But I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Anyway, having fun. Any questions, don't be afraid to post them on the website. Email me. If you want advice on something, I'm happy to do that for you too. If there's a trade that's coming up and you're talking to a couple people and you want to get a second opinion, I'd be happy to voice my opinion for you. Just let me know. As the manager of the league, I kind of think that's my responsibility, and I'm happy to do it. But other than that, I think we are done for the Week 5 review. I think it went over well. I'm happy. And hopefully we will see everybody this Saturday morning with a quick review on Sunday's games. That's all for now. Talk to you later.